everyone, my name is Alexis Hires. I'm going to be doing my how-to speech on how to solve an algebraic equation. One thing that people usually get confused is the difference between an equation and an expression. And this is something you really need to be aware of when solving a problem. The difference between an expression and an equation is an equation always has an equal sign, whereas an expression does not. This is something you learn usually in about 9th grade to 8th grade, somewhere between there, but it sticks throughout the years. Like, I still do problems like these in college, so that's why I decided to do this. The first step would be to combine like terms. The second step is to know how to factor. Your third step is to know your order of operations, which sometimes is called PEMDAS. I learned to remember this as please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. The P stands for parentheses. The E stands for exponents. The M stands for multiplication. The D stands for division. The A stands for addition, and the S stands for subtraction. And then the last thing to remember is to know what you do to one side of the equal sign, you must do to the other. So I have 3 problems that I'm going to be showing you guys how to do today. The first problem is x minus 2 equals 4. The first thing you're going to do is add to the 2 right here. And what you do to one side of the equal sign, you have to do to the other. So I'm going to do plus 2. Negative 2 plus 2 is 0, so that's going to cancel out. And then 4 plus 2 equals 6. And then all you have left on this side is x. So your answer is x equals 6. And one way to check this is just to plug the 6 back in for x. So you're going to have 6 minus 2 equals 4, which is what your equation was before, and that's how you know that's right. The next problem is 3x minus 6 equals 9. So again, the first thing I'm going to do is add to the 6. And whatever I do to one side of the equal sign, I must do to the other. So I'm going to add 6 to the 9. And negative 6 plus 6 is nothing, so that's going to cancel out. 9 plus 6 is 15. And then you have 3x
equals 15.
You're going to bring down the 3x so you don't confuse yourself.
You divide it.
Equals 15. And when you have 3x right here, that means multiplication, so you're going to want to do the opposite. You're going to divide by 3. Whatever you do to one side of the equal sign, you must do to the other. So 15 divided by 3. 3 divided by 3 is nothing. 15 divided by 3 equals 5. And then you have x equals 5. And then one way to check this would be 3 times 5, which is your x, minus 6 equals 9. 3 times 5 is 15. 15 minus 6 equals 9. So that's correct. This last one is a little different. This last one you have to use the distributive property to do. So what that means is you have your parentheses right here and you have 3 outside of it. So you're going to do 3 times x and then 3 times 7. So you're going to get that out of the parentheses, you're going to have 3x plus 21. And then you're going to bring over the 24. And right here you're going to do minus 21. And then again, whatever you do to one side of the equal sign, you have to do to the other. And 21 minus 21 is 0, so it's going to cancel out. 24 minus 21 is 3, and then you still have your 3x right here, so you're going to bring that over. Just 3, so now we have 3x equals 3. And then we're going to do this right here is multiplication again, so we're going to divide the 3 by 3, which is 1, that's going to cancel out. And whatever you do to one side of the equal sign, you have to do to the other. So to the other side, 3 divided by 3 is 1, so you're going to bring down your x equals 1. So then if we put that x back in, we're going to have 3 we're going to have 3 times 1 times 7, so we're going to have 3 plus 21. So if you see what I did here, again, I did 3 times 1, 3 times 7, 3 plus 21 equals 24, which again is correct. I hope that this gave you guys some insight on how to solve algebraic equations. Thank you for your time, and I hope you learned something.
Hey, Matt.